we're fortunate out where I live. There's no problems getting in and out, but other areas certainly have a lot of tragedy that has happened. So our thoughts and prayers are with them, and appreciate all the work Red Cross and all the other agencies are doing. Okay, LSU. From all I know, the games are still on. They're coming here Saturday at noon, and they're obviously another very good team, probably one of the biggest, strongest teams in the nation. Best running back in the country, everybody says, and Fournette. So it'll be a tremendous challenge for us, but we're looking forward to playing here at home at noon and see if we can't play a lot better. On the injury list, Lorenzo Nunez fell on his shoulder, sprained a little bit. Probably won't throw today, but he should be okay by the end of the week. Other than that, I don't think we've got any other too serious injuries. We just need to play better. We didn't play very well last game. Could have coached better also. And we'll try some things different, and hopefully that'll give us a chance to get in the fight with these guys and see what happens. All right, any questions?
Steve, you've seen Herschel and you've seen Bo Jackson. Would you put Fournette in that category right now?
I think it's a little early to do all that. Certainly he could be, certainly in time. I think both those players. Well, Herschel did leave early, didn't he? Yeah, he could have come back for his fourth year. Bo Jackson, did he play all four? I think he did, yeah. I don't remember him leaving early. Of course, Herschel left because of the USFL. Back then, he couldn't go to the NFL. But, yeah, our league, Trump stole him. Sort of messed up Georgia there for a year. But, yeah, he certainly could be. He certainly could be, and probably let him earn all those as he goes through his career there.
Steve, were any players or staffers that you know of affected by these floods Sunday?
Well, some of our coaches live in the downtown area over here that had to be evacuated, but no serious damage to Sean Elliott. And G.A. Mangus had a little water in his basement, he said. Elliott actually had to leave his house. He lives close to Gills Creek. I think they're letting him back in today. So our staff has been, I think, pretty well avoided the tragedy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Josh.
Given that Lorenzo is a true freshman, how much does missing throwing in practice hurt his preparation for a game?
Well, last week he didn't want to throw much at all. He wanted to take off every play, as you can tell in the game. So we need to coach him up a lot better. And he's got to get the ball out of his hands when he goes back there. But it may give Perry Orth and Michael Skarnecki a chance to see if we can get them ready to play also. But we'll wait till the end of the week to see where everybody is. That's probably where we are right now.
Does he have to throw some during the week for you to feel comfortable starting him? I'm just talking about physically at this point, being able to throw. Does he have to do that during the week?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, we just like to see him throw instead of run. But that's, I guess, part of a freshman. He sort of reverted back to just, taking off a little early the last game. That's part of being a freshman and part of being a very good runner, I would guess. Most of our quarterbacks have not been quite as good a runner as Lorenzo is. So there's that balance you shoot for. Cam Newton, he still runs a lot, but he throws it also pretty well. So that's what we hope to get him to as soon as we can. Mm-hmm.
Steve, Brandon Wiles, he's feeling better. He'll be ready to go.
Yeah, I think he should be ready. The trainer said he would practice today. I don't know if he'll be in the contact period, bump around period, but he should be okay by this weekend. If he is 100%, he'll start the game.
Steve, defensively, it looks like LSU wants to run the ball. They're not that strong passing. Will that change John's alignment to maybe stack the box?
Yeah, we'll try to do better against the run. We've We've not been real super against it, but yeah, we'll do what about every team tries to do when they play LSU. It hasn't really stopped them much yet, but we got to get everybody up there and try to knock down the blockers and try to get a hold of him before he gets in the secondary. He's one of those backs that it's hard for a defensive back to tackle him. When he gets in the secondary, he heads for the goal line. A lot of times our guys run up those defensive backs, stop, and go the other way. I wish we had one would run through them occasionally, but that's just sort of where we are right now and so forth.
Steve, you said you were tweaking the lineup maybe a little bit and maybe trying to still identify some of the right players. Are you convinced that you have enough of the right players to win SEC games?
Oh, I hope so. Time will tell, and time will tell if we can put them in position to let them play. Time will tell.
Steve, do you see any parallels between this group and your 2005 team that was in a similar situation but turned it around?
No, not really. It was not too much. Yeah. I guess that's not too encouraging words right there, but I don't know. We'll see. We're going to make some changes, and we're not going to run up the middle on first down every play. I'll tell you that, and so that'll be something different.
Steve, you guys had some moderate success running up tempo to kind of let Lorenzo just play and maybe not read so much last week. Could you maybe work a little more of that in this week?
Up tempo? Yeah, we did a little bit last week and pretty well. Threw the little quick screen out to Pharaoh and made some nice yards there for a while. Yeah. The one drive, we made 8 yards and tried to run it on 2nd and 2 and lost about 2 yards. Ended up 3rd and 4. So yeah, our run game was not very good last week at all, and we got to find some new ball plays.
Coach, you mentioned not lumping Fournette in with Herschel or Bo just yet, but who would you compare him to, either past or present, that you've seen?
Oh, I let you guys do that. Yeah, you guys do all that comparing. Us coaches, he's one of the best players in the country. We all know that. He's got an excellent chance maybe to win the Heisman, but I'll let you guys do all those comparisons, okay? Yeah.
Technically, is there something that has to happen on that inside zone read for it to be successful, where it's a block that's got to be made, or the quarterback making the right read, or the running back doing something?
Oh, it's a combination, I guess, Josh. You need to ask Coach Elliott all that. That's a play that, of course, everybody's running it now. So it still requires some blocking. And a lot of times our guy gets it, and there's about 2 guys waiting on him. So we obviously aren't blocking it very well. And then sometimes the quarterback is supposed to keep it, and he hands off, and so forth. But it's it's not as easy to just say, well, he should have kept it then, or well, he should have faked it and then threw it to Jarrell, on that little pop pass. It's easy to, after you watch the tape, what he should have done, but when the action's going on there, I played quarterback. I don't know if y'all know that, but I don't know if I could do all the things that sometimes we ask those quarterbacks to do in the zone read, keep, run, throw. And if you throw it, you got 2 guys running at you full speed. So it's a little more difficult maybe than it looks at times.
From a defensive perspective, the psychology of stopping a guy like Leonard Fournette, who is big and strong, and it's going to hurt, and he's going to come a whole game long. Do you feel like defenders have to prepare mentally the right way for that?
Yeah, they got to get pumped up. They got to have some fight and want to. You got to hit him low. You got to try to get his ankles together if you can. Obviously, our defensive backs and linebacker type guys. Hopefully, our D lineman maybe can stop him, hitting him in the waist area or so forth. But it's called gang tackling. That's how you stop all those guys. Herschel Walker and Bo Jackson, their teams didn't win every game. Everybody loses one, seems like, somewhere down the line. And Alabama, they stopped Chubb last week until he broke that long run. He got the long run at the end of the game there. So, yeah, good defense can stop about anything.
Steve, was Zach Bailey as consistent snapping the ball last weekend, and what's your center situation this week with him and Allen?
He did all right, except when it slipped out of his hand. He rolled one back that I think Sean Carson scooped it up and ran for 2 or 3 yards. And he did okay. Yeah, he did okay for a freshman in there. Could be back. He could be back snapping a little bit in practice today. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Does it matter if your players are confident, or how much does it matter?
Confidence comes from executing, being successful, doing it over and over. So that's where we're trying to get to. We're trying to get to where we can establish some consistency, and that's where you sort of gain confidence, I think.
Can you do that in practice, or does that have to come in a game?
I think it helps. It certainly helps in practice. It helps to do it over and over in practice, and then do it in the game, and then you feel confident you can do it week after week. But sometimes our practices aren't real pretty easy either. So I wish I could say we really look good in practice and we're not doing it in the game, but that would be misleading to say that. We need to try to practice better, try to complete everything, pass block better, run better. So we've got work to do.
Steve, what is Debo Samuel's status? I noticed he wasn't on the depth
Debo
chart.
has had a pulled hamstring the last 2 or 3 weeks, so he could be back this week. We'll just wait and see if he comes out there and trainer says he can run and he says he can run. Then we'll fit him in there somewhere.
Coach, do you anticipate Kevin Steele to run any of the same defensive schemes he did at Clemson?
Oh, they play a little bit in a little bit different, but they're pretty similar. Their guys know what to do, and they're pretty consistent. But they got a lot of defenses, and they'll blitz, play a little bit of zone, a lot of man-to-man. But he's got talented players, so they have a very, very solid defense. I don't know where they're ranked. Got to be ranked in the top 2 or 3, don't they? 4, I'm not sure. But yeah, they're a well-coached team, certainly. Okay. Yes, sir.
Steve, how do you see the role of the ball club and the program this week with what's been going on? Do you have a message to the players? I know it's business as usual football-wise, but at the same point, do you talk to them about trying to be a brighter spot in the community with what's been going on?
Oh, we'll talk about trying to play our best against LSU. That's what we'll talk about, and hopefully if we play extremely well, we'll have a chance to beat these guys. That's what we all hope for. But we're just trying to improve our team. That's all coaches can do, is trying to get them best prepared to play, and the other stuff, takes care of itself as far as playing the game's concerned. We believe we can play better, but until we do it, it's just it's just hope. But we need to go do it. So we're looking forward to this week.
Steve, overall, do you think you have the kind of player leadership on this team that you would ideally want?
I don't know. First of all, let me just say this: we're not the only team in America that's 2-3. All right, I think the teams that we're sort of joking around with that went 7-6 and won the bowl game last year, they're all 2-3 also. Arkansas, Tennessee, so we're all sort of in there. You could say, well, their schedule was tougher, or this, that, and the other. Who knows? But so we're 2-3, and the only thing we can do as coaches is try to get our guys pumped up, ready to play this week. Let's go try to have fun. We can't do anything about the last 5 games. Let's go try to see if we can really play this game well. So that's what we're going to try to do. All right. See you later. All right.